For joining us today for From Stress to Strength, Evidence-Based Approaches for Educator Wellbeing. My name is Shelly Ryan, and I'm the Chief Career and Training Officer with WEN. And I'm excited today to share some practical research-based activities and strategies that can help you transform your daily stressors into opportunities for growth and resilience. So as educators, we know you face a lot of unique pressures every day. And my goal is to provide you with tools that you can implement immediately to not just manage stress, but actually thrive because of it. So before we dive in, I want to introduce a powerful question. What if stress wasn't just something to be managed, but something that could actually make us stronger? So this is the core idea that we're going to explore today through three key topics. Understanding the stress spectrum. We're going to learn some real-time stress transformation techniques, and we're going to build lasting resilience. So each of these areas is grounded in research and focused on practical application in your daily work as educators. We're also going to share a new WEN invitation, and you'll get to meet someone from the WEN team. So our intention today is not just managing stress, but using it to make us stronger. So we do intend to keep this webinar as engaging and interactive as possible, and we'd love to hear from you. There's a few ways that you can engage using WebEx. So if you hover your mouse along the bottom of the meeting, your mute button is down on the bottom left. And if you click on that drop down, that's where you can adjust your audio if you need to. If you're not hearing or people aren't hearing us or vice versa, you can adjust your audio from that mute button. Moving over to the right, you see that little hand icon. If anybody wants to click on that, that's just an opportunity for us to know that you may have a question. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate that. Clicking on it once raises your hand. Clicking on it again lowers your hand. And then just to the right of that, you've got the little smiley face there. Those are your reactions. If you want to click on any of those just to let us know how you're feeling, that's how you can use the reactions. And then over on the far right is your chat tool. I'm going to send you guys a quick chat message so you can see where those chats are going to pop up, and you can use that as well to communicate. All right, so let's start with a quick poll. Before we do that, just want you to know that we are recording this webinar, and we're going to send you the slides as well as a From Stress to Strength toolkit that we've created for you, and that'll come to you after today's presentation. So again, for those of you who are note takers, we've got everything included so you can sit back, relax, and enjoy today's webinar. All right, so let's start with a quick poll. So let's see where everyone is today. Which of these best describes your current relationship with stress? You're running on empty, maybe you're burnt out, you're feeling the pressure or maybe a bit overwhelmed. You're in a good flow or what we call productive challenge, or maybe you're a bit bored or under challenged. Are you guys seeing the poll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And Lisa, if you want to share what we're getting.
I'm sorry?
Sure.
Sorry, Lisa's.
Sure. We have about 18 votes in, and the winner is feeling the pressure, overwhelmed, 61%.
Okay,
and then
awesome.
in a good flow, 22%, and running on empty, about 17%.
Okay, awesome.
Nobody's bored.
Nobody's a bit bored or under challenged. Not surprised by that, right? Looks like we got a nice mixture of experiences with feeling the pressure, overwhelmed being the number one for right now. So wherever you are on this spectrum today, the strategies that we'll discuss can hopefully help you move toward that optimal zone of in a good flow or a productive challenge. That's where we're going to go. So let's start by understanding what science tells us about stress. This is the Yerkes-Dodson law, which illustrates the relationship between stress or pressure and as well as performance. So notice the inverted U shape here. When we have too little pressure, we're in that boredom zone, this inactivity. Notice that we didn't have too many people in that one. We can be inactive or disengaged and maybe even underperforming. As pressure increases, we move into this optimal zone here, where we experience what psychologists call eustress or good stress. That's what we see here in the yellow. This is where we feel challenged but capable, focused, and often in a state of what we call flow. Some examples of eustress are things like new beginnings, Starting a new job, for instance, going on a first date, moving to a new home. They can be stressful, but it's that good stress or eustress. Other options are like personal growth or challenges, like maybe learning a new hobby, exciting experiences like riding a roller coaster or traveling to a new place, achievements like getting a promotion or graduation, or even something as simple as getting something on sale. And then challenges like exercises for your body or mind. So that's where we want to be, is in this yellow zone here. However, if pressure continues to increase, we tip over into the exhaustion or the overwhelmed area. And this is what we experience, or what we call distress or harmful stress. So this is where it sounded like a majority of you guys were when you took the poll. So examples of distress include dealing with chronic illness, going through a breakup, natural disasters, maybe financial struggles. And then if this persists, we risk moving into this red zone here, which is burnout. This is where we feel anxiety or panic or anger. And this is where we start to break down. So the key insight here is that the goal isn't to eliminate stress entirely. That would leave us bored and disengaged. Instead, we want to stay in that optimal zone, this yellow zone here, where stress actually enhances our performance and growth. So how do you know which type of stress you're experiencing? So let's compare the signs. So with productive stress or eustress, this is where you are energized and motivated. You can focus easily. You feel challenged in a positive way, and your performance improves. You may find that you're sleeping well, and you may feel physically healthy. In contrast with the harmful stress or distress, you feel drained and exhausted. Your thoughts are scattered. You feel anxious or irritable. Your performance typically suffers. Your sleep is disrupted, and you may experience physical symptoms like headaches or maybe even stomach issues. So just take a brief moment to reflect. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Tracy. Take a quick moment to reflect and see which column resonates more with your experience lately, right? What are your personal warning signs that you're moving from productive maybe to harmful stress? Understanding these signals is the first step to transforming your relationship with stress. So we're going to do a little traffic light check-in here. There's 3 quick self-assessment questions that you can ask yourself, right? There is a more detailed option that's going to be in your toolkit. But the first question is an energy check. Do I have energy for things I care about outside of work? So if you're in the green zone, yes, I have energy for things that I care about outside of work. That's an important one. Are you doing some of those things? If you're in the yellow zone, maybe it's sometimes. And if you're in the red zone, rarely or never. So go ahead and put in the chat where you are regarding an energy check. Do I have energy for things I care about outside of work? Green, yellow, or red? Yeah, seeing that? Yep, some yellows, some greens. Okay, good. Dark yellow, getting close to red. Yep, got another red zone. We're in the yellow, most often yellow. Got it. Yeah, this is a good quick indicator, right? Ah, okay. Yeah, so really going to the gym or Pilates is really making a difference. Love that. Okay, our next traffic light check-in question is, am I responding to challenges with curiosity rather than reactivity? Am I looking for answers, or am I just quickly responding? So in the green zone again, yes, usually that's the case for me. Yellow zone is sometimes, and red zone rarely. So where do you guys fit on that emotional check? I'm responding to challenges with curiosity rather than reactivity. Okay, we're getting some yellows, some greens. Yellow, but getting more often into green. Love it. Yellow depends on the challenge, of course. Yep. Oh, good. Keep your reactions to yourself. Okay, yellow going to red. Excellent. Okay, good. So again, another quick question that you can ask yourself to see where you are. Because as you guys know, if you aren't aware of what's going on, it's really hard to make a change, right? So awareness is that first step. And then our last question is the physical check. Is my body feeling relaxed and healthy? Green zone. Yes, it is. Yellow zone. Aha, seeing some reds there. Some tension, some issues. Red zone, significant issues. You're really feeling the stress in your body. Yep. Okay. We got some greens. We got some reds. Green, but sliding into yellow. Yep. Mostly green. Dark yellow. Okay. I love the various differentiations. I love that. All right. Well, good. Thank you for doing that quick traffic light check-in for us. Again, we got to be aware of what's going on before we can make any changes. So now that we can identify where we are on that stress curve, and we can quickly identify how we're doing by answering those 3 quick questions, let's learn how to shift ourselves from distress back into our optimal zone in real time. This is where the concept of a pattern interrupt comes in. When we experience stress, our nervous system activates the sympathetic fight, flight, or freeze response, and our heart rate increases, our breathing becomes shallow, and our thinking narrows. The good news is that we can interrupt this cycle with simple techniques that activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest response. These techniques work quickly, often in under 60 seconds, and they can be done anywhere, even in a classroom full of students or during a busy meeting, or even if you happen to be driving today. We know sometimes this catches people in that drive home time. So you can even do these while you're driving, of course, as long as you're being safe. So we're going to practice a couple of them, and we're going to start with the physiological sigh. So it's something that our bodies naturally do when we're recovering from crying or sighing in relief. Research from Stanford University shows it's one of the fastest ways to regulate our nervous system. So I'm going to tell you how it works first, and then we'll get a chance to practice it a couple of times. So first, what we're going to do is take a deep inhale through your nose, filling your lungs. And for any of you who have been working with your WEN advisor for a few sessions, you know that we want you to fill your lungs and push your belly out. So do those diaphragmatic breaths, right? You're pushing your belly out when you inhale, and then you push your belly in when you exhale. In this case, though, we're going to do that deep inhale through your nose, filling your lungs. And then without exhaling, you take in another short, sharp inhale. And then you exhale slowly through your mouth for as long as you can. So you want to make sure that your exhale is a bit longer than your inhale. All right. So let's go ahead and try that, right? So let's go ahead and take in that deep inhale through your nose, filling your lungs. And then without exhaling, take another short, sharp inhale. And then exhale slowly through your mouth for as long as you can. Let's try that one more time. Deep inhale. Short, sharp inhale. And then exhale slowly through your mouth for as long as you can. Okay. How does that feel? Yeah, Tracy, the belly breathing can be tricky. And I'll tell you, a really good way to work on the belly breathing is try it laying down, right? Try laying down. That makes a difference because then you can feel it more. Or watch a baby breathe. That's another example. Yeah, that short inhale. I was actually afraid of that myself, Lisa. I've got a little bit of a cold, and that short inhale, I was afraid of a cough coming on. So yes, I get that. I get that. Good. We got some goods. Yep, got it. Yeah, this works because that double inhale maximizes the lungs' capacity to capture carbon dioxide. The long exhale expels it efficiently. So this signals to your brain that you're safe, and that lowers the stress hormones almost immediately. Okay, so that's a good regulator. All right, the physiological sigh is one of several techniques that are in your From Stress to Strength toolkit. You're going to receive digital cards with detailed instructions for each techniques, but I'm going to just introduce a couple more. This next one is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. I actually saw this on a sticker today on one of my friends' notebooks, so that was kind of fun to see that. So what this does is it engages your 5 senses, and it pulls you out of any racing thoughts and into the present moment. So when your thoughts are racing or you feel disconnected from the present moment, what you're going to want to do is name 5 things that you can see. So look around you and identify 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can feel. So it might be your feet on the floor, the chair beneath you. And then you want to look at 3 things that you can, or listen to for 3 things that you can hear and 2 things that you can smell. And the last is 1 thing that you can taste. So if you have a bottle of water or coffee, or maybe it's even just swallowing. And why this works is because it pulls your attention out of your racing mind and into your immediate sensory environment, grounding you in this present moment. Again, very easy technique that you can use anytime, anywhere. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the last one that I want to show you is the hand on heart reset. This one combines gentle physical pressure with self-compassion, and it soothes the emotional centers of your brain. So this is a really good one to try when you're feeling self-critical. Maybe that self-talk is not going in the right direction. Maybe you feel defeated, or maybe even emotionally drained. So how you do it is you can place one or both hands over your heart. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take in those 3 slow, deep belly breaths. And then silently say to yourself, this is a moment of stress. I'm doing the best I can. This is a moment of stress. I'm doing the best I can, right? Why this one works is it combines that gentle physical pressure and self-compassion to soothe the emotional centers of your brain. This is a really good one to do as well, especially when that self-talk starts to get away from you. These techniques and others are in your toolkit. There's, I believe, 6 of them in there. They're all backed by research in polyvagal theory and somatic experiencing. They require no special equipment, and they can be done discreetly in any setting. The key for this is to catch that stress early before it escalates, right? And use these tools to shift your state. Now, while real-time techniques are essential, we also want to build lasting resilience. So this is where the concept of anti-fragility comes in. Unlike fragile, things that break under pressure, or even resilient, things that withstand pressure but stay the same, anti-fragile systems actually get stronger because of the stressors. Think of a bone that heals after a fracture, or an immune system that develops antibodies after exposure to a pathogen or germs. We can develop this same quality psychologically, where challenges become the building blocks of our strength rather than threats to our well-being. Now, this isn't about toxic positivity or denying difficulties, because I know sometimes people think it's all happy and smiles. It's about developing the capacity to find meaning or growth in our challenges. And that is one of the key factors in long-term well-being. So let's start with a simple but powerful technique. It's called benefit finding. So I'd like you to think of a small recent stressor that you experienced at work, nothing huge, just a typical challenge, perhaps a difficult interaction, maybe a technology failure, or a lesson or meeting that didn't go as planned. And now take 60 seconds to reflect on this question. What is one unexpected benefit, skill, or lesson that you gained from this experience? Maybe you developed more patience, you discovered a new teaching approach, you strengthened a relationship with a colleague, maybe you gained perspective on what really matters. So if you are jotting things down, go ahead and jot down what comes to mind for you. This practice of finding benefits in challenges is not about denying the difficulty, because it's still going to be difficult, but it's about training our minds to see the growth opportunities within them. Research in positive psychology shows that regular or significantly increases resilience and life satisfaction over time. So it's a really great exercise. And to build this capacity systematically, we've created the resilience portfolio template. That's also going to be in your toolkit. This simple but powerful tool helps you track challenges and the strengths you develop through them. And you can create a personal growth map over time, and you can see where you're winning, right? So a quick example, a teacher documented a challenging parent interaction where she received a demanding, critical email late at night. You can imagine what her initial response was: anger, maybe some defensiveness. But she used the physiological sigh technique, and she waited until morning to respond. The outcome was a professional response that addressed the parent's concern without defensiveness, and the parent actually thanked her for it, right? So the growth she identified was improved emotional regulation and professionalism under pressure. Over time, again, as you document these experiences, you're going to start to see patterns of strength emerging, and this is going to build confidence in your ability to handle those future challenges. So that's also in your toolkit. So as we wrap up, I want to recap the 3 key takeaways from today. First, identify your position on the stress curve. Is it positive challenge or eustress, or is it harmful stress or distress? Second, use real-time techniques like the physiological sigh to shift your state whenever you need it. The key is to try to capture your stress at those early stages. Oh, good. It sounds like Tracy's already using this. Love it. And then the third is building that long-term resilience by finding the benefits and challenges and then documenting your growth. Now, we're not going to let you get away without coming up with some type of action today. So what works for you? I want you to choose one small strategy that you learned today and commit to trying it this week. And if you are working with a WEN advisor, you can you can check in with them on it. So it might be just identifying where you are on the stress curve and ask those 3 clarifying questions when you are aware you're stressed. The energy check, do I have energy for things I care about outside of work? The emotional check, am I responding to challenges with curiosity rather than reactivity? And your physical check, is my body feeling relaxed and healthy? Oh, good. Okay, Zach's moving right into the next one. Actually, no, the third one. Which real-time technique works best for you, right? Is it the physiological sigh, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the hand on heart reset, or any of the other 3 that are in your toolkit? And try looking for the benefits, finding the lessons, the skills, the growth in your challenges. Good, we got a few in that one. That's great. And of course, write these down, right? What gets written down gets done. Okay, good. We got somebody going to try the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 this week. Excellent. Shirley's going to do number 3. Love it. Hand on the heart. Good, Tracy. That's a great one for you. Love it. Okay. Well, we at WEN are really committed to your well-being. Our entire company is focused on self-care and managing stress. We are thrilled that so many of you are taking advantage of the coaching opportunity that's available to you and to all of those at Title I schools in Maricopa County. And it's no cost, thanks to a generous grant. For any of you who are brand new to WEN and would like to get started, all you have to do is complete a quick assessment to let us know what you'd like to focus on. It could be any of the stress to strength strategies that we talked about in today's webinar or something completely different. We then hand match you to a WEN coach who has expertise in the area that you want to focus on. And you'll receive at least 4 30-minute confidential phone calls scheduled at your convenience, morning, afternoon, weekends. We have English and Spanish speaking advisors. So if you have a preference, you can just let us know. And you'll have ongoing communication with your WEN advisor through our proprietary portal, where you can receive resources, create a vision board, communicate with your advisor, journal, and many other things. So if you are new to WEN, we have a new offer for you here, which is if you sign up by midnight on September 30th, you'll be entered into a drawing to win one of 2 $200 WEN Wellbeing gift cards to Amazon. And if you're new, this is the code that you can use to register. Also, after you complete your first 4 sessions with your WEN coach, you automatically receive a $25 Amazon or Starbucks Wellbeing gift card. It's our way of saying thank you for taking care of you. And for those of you who are already members, here is a QR code that you can use to get back into your portal page. Your username is the beginning of your email address before the @ symbol. And if you forgot your password, you can reset it right from this page as well. All of our WEN graduates can also receive a $25 WEN Wellbeing gift card to Amazon or Starbucks if you refer someone to WEN. You should have received an email about this, but all you have to do is send an email to lisa@findyourwen.com. I think Kristen's going to put that in the chat with a list of your colleagues at Title I schools in Maricopa County that you think could benefit from WEN. And for each new member that signs up, you receive a $25 gift card. And we know it works because we've had some folks get over $100 already in gift cards.
Mine says
Also, if any of
disabled.
you are, oops, if we can get somebody to mute that for just right now. If any of you are in a position where you're planning events or would like to bring WEN to your school, please also reach out to Lisa and let us know. Now, this is my favorite part of our Wednesday webinars, where you get to meet the team. So today I'm going to introduce Penelope, and hopefully Penelope is on. Yep, we got Penelope here. So Penelope, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, that would be fantastic.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Tracy. Nice to see you. Hi, guys.
Yeah, I love, thank you so much, Shelley, for all of that. That was really inspiring. And I just love having those tools myself. What can I say?
Beautiful.
My job is beautiful. I love working with the teachers, and the educators are so inspiring to me. I feel like you're impacting our children in such a way, impacting our society. And it's a real honor to give you these tools and to just be a listening ear. I have a background in nutrition and I'm a clinical herbalist. So I tend to get people that want to work with lifestyle changes and health changes, nutrition. Maybe they want to lose weight or feel good in their body. Also maybe emotional things, just goals around relationships and relating, career growth, work-life balance. I've been a mother my son's 21. And so parenting goals, family goals, finding balance in that. Those are my
Perfect.
people.
Yeah, those are your people. And there's plenty of them, which is awesome, which is awesome.
Yeah, and
So
I think
thank
it was
you.
Edwin maybe too, if Edwin's on there. Edwin said hello too. So hi, Edwin.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Penelope. Well, we do have $10 Starbucks gift cards to give away today. So, Kristen, do you have our lucky winners?
I do, and I am attempting to put the toolkit in the chat as well. So give me a second here.
Did you hear the drum roll? Maybe you didn't hear the drum roll. Sorry, I got a drum roll for you.
Address. It is not letting me share the toolkit, Shelley.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll get it later.
Okay, so the toolkit will be emailed to you in your email. Drum roll. Our two winners are, it is spinning, Myra and Tammy Carthen.
Was it Myra Perez?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here. Thank
Tammy
you.
Carthen. Yay!
And
Okay, so you will get your
Yes.
you will get those Starbucks gift cards emailed to you. So congratulations, our lucky winners today.
Yay.
And again, if you haven't signed up, make sure you get signed up before September 30th so that you can be in that other drawing for those the two $200 gift cards. All right, congratulations to you guys. So remember, you guys already have everything that you need, right? To move from strength into strength, from stress into strength. It's not about adding more to your plate, because we know there's not any room for adding more to your plate. It's about using what you've learned today to shift how you respond to what's already there. Your well-being isn't a luxury. It's the foundation that allows you to show up fully for your students and for yourself. So start small, be consistent, and trust that every moment you choose strength over stress, you're not just changing your day, you're modeling resilience to every student whose life you touch, right? So join us next month. Thank you for joining us today, but join us next month for our Wednesday webinar called Meal Planning Made Simple, an educator's guide to stress-free dinners. Who doesn't want that? So that's going to be on Wednesday, October 22nd at 4:30. So keep an eye out for an invitation. Again, thank you so much.
That link is in the chat.
Oh, good. Awesome. Yep. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here. We are happy to stick around afterwards. If anybody has any questions or if anybody's having some issues with the portal, we'll be happy to stick around. Otherwise, again, thanks for joining us and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Thank you, Shelley.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
good week.